Hi, everybody, and welcome to OP Digital Blueprint. I'm going to excuse myself already because my background seems to be having trouble. But I am joined by my good friend Red Redfern. Collins unfortunately can't make it this week, and I apologise because I wasn't able to make it last week. We're going to have a little chat today. Nothing major at the end of the day, but we'd like to hear a little bit more from Red because Red did in the chair with Marty DeGarmo today. So, Red, over to you, my friend.
Yeah, I did. Thanks very much, Andy. Good to be here once again. I do like coming on a Tuesday to say hello to you and everybody else. Yeah, I'm very privileged to have Marty DeGarmo today in the chair with me. You know, we all know Marty, don't we? We see him. He's probably the second most known man in ONPASSIVE next to our CEO, and what he does for the company really goes above and beyond what is asked of many people. He is a really nice guy, and having him in the chair today for me was extra special. I've known Marty previously from ONPASSIVE, so I'd met Marty a couple of years before we actually joined ONPASSIVE. So, you know, I am very privileged to see him doing so well with us here. And in the chair today really was eye-opening to a certain extent. We got to see a different side of him, got to know a little bit more about him from behind the scenes of his family, what he does, what he used to do work-wise, how he'd gone through the ranks within his job and then traveling literally the world in those early days of the tech business. It really was great to listen to his story. But for me, more importantly, I loved it because of his openness and honesty. You know, he really is an honest guy. I think that's the best way that I can put it. And, you know, not only what he does for ONPASSIVE, but also taking on his grandkids with it so that they've got a proper family environment. You know, it's not easy, especially at his age. I think he's 63, coming 64, and Dawn as well, you know, and you don't really want to be having another young family at that age, but he's done the right thing in his eyes, their family, their blood, and he's taken them under his wing. And also that spread out for me a little bit as well onto ONPASSIVE, you know, about he really does go above and beyond with what he does for everyone. He's very selfless in what he does, and that really shown in the chair for me today, and hopefully for everyone else. You can view it. It's on my channel. Just go and have a look. It really was a great interview, and I was very privileged to have him. And I've actually got Chris Johnson coming on Friday as well, so that'll be a bit of a giggle. So yeah, really good fun. Obviously, I've enjoyed doing the chair, but it really has been an interim infill, I suppose, whilst we're getting ready to open our doors once again. I will reiterate what our CEO did say when we saw him last, and that was that by the end of September, we will have our OES back. If you remember, he also looked so relieved, didn't he, when he said that 100% of all of the coding for the OES, but also all of those products and services has and is intact, plus all of the data of all of our accounts, which was including the wallets, any bonuses that were part of all that. All that is good to go. What does this mean in reality? It means that whatever platform they choose to host all of this on, it doesn't necessarily have to be AWS services. It could be one of the many others. It really is just a question of loading it all on there because we've got all that data. He also did say that we are going to be opening our doors once again with the OES by the end of September. there's going to be a week or so in between the two scenarios, but definitely by the end of September is what he said. Now, I also want to reiterate that this does not mean that we will be earning money from the day that we open the doors. He said that we will be able to access the OES and all of the products and services that we were used to before: OCONNECT, OTRIM, OMAIL, and obviously ONET, and plus your own OES and the back offices, etc., that deal with all that. So please, guys, bear in mind that it doesn't mean once we open that that's it. We're all going to be singing and dancing and all the rest of it. I am pretty confident we'll see our CEO this week at some point. He wasn't around last week. He's extremely busy, and so I'm sure that we will get an update from him in one way, shape or form from him this week, whether it's on 360 tomorrow or whether it is later in the week. I'm sure that we will hear and see from him. But that's it in a nutshell. We've got a lot to look forward to. We are treading water at the moment. And this is why I've been doing the chair. But I have to say, I am going to look forward to getting back to my lane, I suppose, which was bringing you guys as many updates as I possibly can throughout the OES and the websites, etc. So back to you, Andy.
Thanks, Red. I think this has been certainly for me. This has been a time to be able to plan ahead for what is coming, because. And we all know the phrase, don't we? Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. But the beauty of this is being a business, being your business gives you time, and this has certainly given me time, to be able to start to plan for what I really want to try and achieve, what I really want to do, and what steps I'm going to need to be able to take once this goes back ahead. Now, we've seen a glimpse of the opportunity that has presented itself to us and that we're part of, but some of us still haven't grabbed it the way it should be grabbed. This is your future, people. This is something that will never come again. And I truly believe that if you take advantage of it to the best of your ability, that it will produce the results that you desire over a relatively short period of time once we go back live again. And those that sit back and do nothing, yes, at some point in the future you may well be successful, but that might take 5 years, 10 years. Why do you want to wait that long? I don't understand the people that want to do that. Listen, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that they want to do that, because it gives people like us that are paying attention, that do want to achieve, it gives us the opportunity to move ahead, because the others, they're just going to let it, run itself, do its own thing. Fine. I haven't got a problem with that at all. As I said, it gives us, the planners, the guys that do understand what's going on, it gives us the opportunity to reach our goals or achieve our goals far, far sooner. And that's what's exciting for me. I think this extra time that we've had, certainly, and I'm sure there are others, but for me, it's given me the opportunity to actually plan the numbers, plan the way forward to be able to take advantage of the business as soon as we can. So what have you planned so far, Red? What are your plans to get to the next bit?
I think it's important to understand that when we do start open the doors again, that it's not going to be the same as September last year, because obviously a lot of the momentum that we had last year building up to September was there. And obviously when things started going wrong as far as payment processes, etc., it did cause an awful lot of problems. And obviously I'm sure at the point that our CEO wants to divulge the information of how and when and whys and whos, etc., which caused all the problems, we will have a much better understanding of that scenario. So the reason I was saying this is that when we open our doors, we're not starting from scratch, but we're certainly not starting at the level we were in September, but we certainly are starting from experience. And that is the real importance here, is that when we get going, you have got so much knowledge now of the business, of the products, of the services, how it all works, the commission bases and all the rest of it, that there shouldn't be any confusion of what's what and who's who. And as Andy rightly said, it is up to you to take advantage of this period of time that we're in at the moment to get your ducks in order so that you can get off to a flying start when things open and back up running again. What am I looking forward to doing? Well, for a start, I'm looking forward to getting the word of ONPASSIVE out there to as many people once again and telling them, hey guys, we've been paused for a while because of certain issues that the company's had, but we're now back, bigger, better, stronger. We're more stable. We have a better team. All of these things I will be using to introduce people to the products and services of ONPASSIVE once again. Now, you also have to use the amount of time that we've been around again for your advantage. What do I mean by that? You know, we've been here over 6 years. The company's been here over 6 years, and a lot of people have tried very hard to derail us and even close us down in one way, shape or form, but we're still here. And that alone, on its own, counts an awful lot in the world of business. If you can show, which we can very easily, that we are still here, we haven't gone away, the ability to be able to have a good online ethical business with ONPASSIVE is still there, then I really do feel that that is going to be extremely beneficial to all of you when we start talking about ONPASSIVE once again and our products and services. And at the end of the day, Marty said this in the chair, and I totally agree with him. And even Ashmi Farrow, when he was in the chair, talked about this a little bit. People need this business. People need ONPASSIVE. They might not even know about it yet, but they do need it. Why? Because we are going to be producing things that are going to be cheaper than what people are using already. They're going to be better. They're going to make their lives easier. And if you put all those things together with the single sign-on and the ability to be able to earn a residual income through the resale of our products and services, then it's going to get some people really, really excited. Now, you might think, everyone knows about ONPASSIVE, don't they? You know, we've been around and people have seen it and they've walked away, or they're not interested, or whatever it may be. Yes, you're right, a lot of people do. But in the scheme of things, nobody knows about ONPASSIVE. I can assure you of that. You know, if you go into any shopping mall anywhere in the world and you put a banner of ONPASSIVE up there, you are going to get people asking you, what is that? And that, for me, really is the difference. I think that, you know, we have to utilize what we've got to our best ability. And that, for me, is going to help us an awful lot in the future. Just having the knowledge that we've been here for 6 years, we haven't gone anywhere, we're coming back bigger and stronger. Have a look at these products. It's going to help you within your normal everyday life. Back to you.
Thanks, Red. Yeah, various comments have been made about some of the other, like the video conferencing platforms that are available, and I always found this quite interesting, the spin side of it, because you know, our product is $125, and we had 10,000 attendees. Now, it may not be the same when it does go back to be live, but it's never going to be anywhere near the $6,500 a month that one of the other platforms charge. And interestingly enough, the comment that has been made about it is that these companies are likely to go back, that use these platforms, that are likely to go back to the company that provides this and go, hold on a second, why have you been charging us this amount of money when this company are doing it at that and theirs is far better? This is a game changer, people. This is absolutely a game changer. And you're going to get an awful lot of very angry clients, very angry customers, that they have been ripped off for so long by these monopolies. And this will change the system. Why do you think that we've had so much or so many issues and problems to deal with? Because the people that already are in the system, that have their monopolies in place, they don't like what's going on. They really don't like what's going on, and they know what's coming because they've seen a taste of it as we have. So, you know, and it does make me laugh, because I've got friends that have said, you're still in. What are you doing? You're not getting paid for this. Why are you doing it? And my answer to that is, when you've got as much interest from the big boys that we've got, they're doing something very, very right. And this is what we need to encourage others to understand. Because once they do, they go, oh yeah, the little light bulb comes on, and you go, now I understand why there's so many problems. Because of the corruption within this system at the moment has not helped us. It's against us, because we are the difference. As we've said before, the correction to the corruption. So this is what makes a difference to the entire planet. This is the first step. And this is the hardest step that has to be made to get onto that system and get into it, so that people are and do become aware. So this is going to be a game changer, guys. And believe me, once people start to understand what's really going on and how they can take advantage of what we've got in comparison to the others, then game over. And it is going to spread like wildfire, isn't it, Red?
Yeah. But one of the interesting points, though, that Ash actually brought out in one of the webinars was that all of our competition, I suppose, in inverted commas, have had more than enough time to be able to build something exactly the same as what ONPASSIVE has done with the OES and all the rest of it. So there's two sides to this story, isn't it? It beggars the question, why haven't they done it? Now, the reason they haven't done it is because, guess what? They are all motivated from a business point of view by profit. They've taken a look at how much it costs to actually to put this together, how much the company is giving back to the affiliates within it. And they go, well, actually, there's not enough money in this for us to put our resources and what we pay for already, and pay our shareholders, and pay the directors, and pay the owners, etc. They just, for them, they go, nah, there's not enough in it for us. And so they end up walking away. But, and here is the but that I like about it, and that is, they actually don't want us to succeed either. So they, not only do they not want to do what we're doing, but they actually don't want us to succeed either, because they do look at it as a threat, but they're not prepared to do it themselves. So this is why we've had all of the forces against us in one way, shape or form, trying to derail us, because they don't want us to succeed. But I know one thing, and that is, our CEO right now is more determined than he ever has done to make this work for all of us. Not only just for himself, but also for us. Why? Because he wants to put the virtual two fingers up to the people and say, I told you, this is the way to do it. This is the new way of doing business online. You've tried every angle to derail us. You've tried every angle to bring us down in one way, shape or form, and we're still here. So it really has got the bit between his teeth now as far as making ONPASSIVE work, which at the end of the day is fabulous for all of us.
Oh, absolutely. On my word. Once you understand the magnitude of what he is doing, because let's face it, 99.9% of us would have given up a long time ago. All of the hassles, all of the problems, we'd have given up. And yet our CEO has had the foresight to say, do you know what? No, I'm not going to give up. This is what we want. This is what we need, because it will change the planet. That's what's important at the end of the day. And yes, the products are going to come out, and they are far better than what's available. That's just a tiny part of this. That's just a tiny part of this, because it does change the existing system. We don't have shareholders. We don't have these greedy shareholders that say we want our pound of flesh and you've got to take this amount of profit. We're not the same as the likes of Amazon with Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg, who are just interested in it for this. That's not what it's all about. And believe me, if you put those two people together and just took a small proportion of what they have in their pockets, you'd be able to, as Ash has pointed out already, cure or deal with starvation across the planet. Are they willing to do it? Are they? Hell, they're interested in this and nothing else. So I'm with the CEO all the way, and I really cannot wait for this to go. But as I said, I'm spending as much time as I possibly can making sure that I plan ahead so that I can take advantage to the best of my ability. So I hope you guys are too. Any final comments you'd like to add, Red?
No, not for me. It's been a great session again, as always, Andy. I do like coming on. We have a good discussion normally about how we see things, and we are very open and honest within our opinions, and I do like that.
Excellent. Thanks, Red. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We will be back again next Tuesday. But in the meantime, we also have Heroes on the Sunday, so don't forget to join us for that. And who's in the chair this week, Red?
I've definitely got Chris on Friday, and I'm filling in for the other 2 days. Probably not tomorrow because it's going to be 360, but we'll have somebody on Thursday.
All right, brilliant. All right, thanks, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
Okay.